This week marks 6 years since a 25-year-old black man named Freddie Gray was taken into police custody in West Baltimore. He died days later from the injuries he suffered on his way to jail. The city is still healing from that pain. Tonight, the country's eyes are all on Minneapolis as we see the fallout of the fatal shooting of Daunte Wright and the trial of former officer Derek Chauvin. WBO 2 News' Eddie KADHIM live from Baltimore City Police Headquarters. Eddie, you had a chance to talk to some pretty loud voices tonight when Freddie Gray's situation happened. What are they saying now tonight about their continued fight for justice?
Kelly, one of those men is our mayor. Brandon Scott was a city council member in 2015, and he was out on the streets with the people when he died. Another man who was with the people protesting was KWAME Rose, just 20 years old at the time, the same age as the man who was just killed in Minnesota a few days ago.
You look back now, 6 years, like I can't believe it's been that long. You know, how many instances like what's happened in Minneapolis have happened since then and continue to happen?
Turning on the news to see another black man killed by someone sworn to protect them is exhausting and painful for activist KWAME Rose. For years, he's turned those emotions into actions to help black communities. Police say Daunte Wright was trying to get away when they were arresting him on a warrant. The officer who shot and killed him says she thought she was firing her taser. But hearing Wright was initially pulled over for an expired tag and having air fresheners in the car brought Rose back to a conversation he had with a friend who told him to take his down. A conversation a lot of young black men, unfortunately, have had.
She was like, this is how police target black people. They're going to say you have weed, and that's the air fresheners to cover up the smell. I took it down, never put it up immediately. So then to see this kid get pulled over for something like that, black people should not have to act a certain way in order to survive a police encounter. And unfortunately, even when we do things the right way, as we see with the lieutenant in Virginia, it still doesn't guarantee your success of making it home.
In 2015, Brandon Scott was a member of the Baltimore City Council and the vice chairman of a committee that oversaw the police department.
The city really, at the time, being at a point where the rest of the country is having this reckoning moment now of understanding how broken it is, especially when it comes to the devaluing of black lives. That's where we were 6 years ago.
Scott is the mayor now and says they're making progress on the local level, shifting responsibilities away from the police department and overseeing them with the consent decree. Also shouting out state lawmakers for passing through progressive police reform in Annapolis yesterday.
That I'm tired too, but we can't give up. The folks that came before us fought so much for us to get to a point, and we have to commit ourselves to fighting to get the generation behind us to an even better point. And that's the reality of where we are.
There's an event planned for whenever the Chauvin trial ends. We're going to keep you updated on the details on that and these developing stories as they continue. Reporting in downtown Baltimore, Eddie KADHIM, WBO 2 News.